This is going to blow your mind. Why on earth were people wearing giant powdered wigs that looked like frosted pastries on their heads? Was it fashion, status, or something even weirder than that? Today I'm uncovering the bizarre, scandalous, and surprisingly unhygienic truth behind this iconic historical trend. Stick around, you'll never look at a courtroom the same way. I bet you didn't know the fascinating origins of powdered wigs. It all started in the 1600s when King Louis XIII of France began going bald and couldn't stand the idea of being seen with a receding hairline. So what did he do? He ordered a custom wig made from real hair and wore it to court. And like any influencer of his time, the nobles followed suit. By the time Louis XIV came around, wigs were no longer just a cover-up. They were mandatory fashion. The bigger and whiter the wig, the higher your social rank. Forget who wore it best. Back then it was all about who wore it taller. I bet you didn't know the scandalous history behind powdered wigs. You might think wigs were glamorous, but behind the powdered perfection was a nightmare. These wigs were heavy, itchy, and get this, full of lice. People didn't wash their real hair much, and guess what? They didn't wash the wigs either. To hide the smell and add some flair, they powdered their wigs, usually with a mixture of flour, starch and perfume. Some used lavender, others rotten orange peel. And the powder, it often stuck to scabs on their shaved heads. Yes, they shaved their real hair to make the wigs fit better. I will never look at wigs the same way after learning this. Powdered wigs didn't stay in the royal courts for long. Oh no, they ventured far beyond. By the 1700s, they had spread to the wildest parts of society. Politicians, judges, and even the local brothel visitors, all donning these elaborate hairpieces. You could spot a wealthy man by his wig, whether he was writing laws or breaking them. The wig was a clear indicator. But here's the twist. While they looked all classy in court, some of these guys would wear the same lice-infested wig to their after-hours adventures. No matter how unsanitary, imagine a Supreme Court justice today, heading to the club in full robe and hairpiece. It's almost unthinkable. Yeah, it was that ridiculous, but it was the norm back then. And the wigs weren't just about fashion, they were symbols of power, control and status in society. In fact, in England, judges and barristers still wear them today as a sign of tradition, and maybe a little intimidation keeping the old ways alive. I bet you didn't know the scandalous history behind the fall of the wig empire. Just like all great fashion empires, the powdered wig had its tragic downfall, a fall from grace. By the late 1700s, revolution was in the air, and people were literally losing their heads, both figuratively and literally. In France, the guillotine wasn't just chopping nobles, it was chopping fashion statements, one wig at a time. The French Revolution flipped everything upside down. Wigs were suddenly a symbol of oppression, wealth, and everything the rebels wanted to destroy and dismantle. Suddenly, having a big wig wasn't chic, it was dangerous, a liability. Meanwhile, in America, powdered wigs never quite caught on, remaining a European trend. George Washington, he didn't wear one despite popular belief that was actually his real hair, powdered white for flair and style. Talk about founding father drip, setting trends even back then. And let's not forget, hygiene people started realizing that stuffing your head in a powdery rat's nest might not be the best health choice. Shocking, right? What's something people don't know about powdered wigs? Powdered wigs may be gone, but their spirit, still very much alive and kicking. Today we see echoes of the wig era everywhere, from drag culture to royal pageantry, from costume dramas to runway fashion shows. In fact, look at any red carpet or fashion week and you'll see gravity-defying hairstyles that would have made King Louis XIV proud and envious. The powdered wig walked so modern, glam could run and shine. And remember those health reasons for wearing wigs back then? Well, some things don't change, do they? Modern wigs are still lifesavers for people experiencing hair loss, actors transforming roles, and performers creating unforgettable characters. Wigs aren't just history, they're identity, expression, and a form of art. And yes, the phrase bigwig, still here and relevant next time you call someone a bigwig. Remember, they used to wear one so tall it could bump into chandeliers and ceilings. I bet you didn't know the legacy of powdered wigs still lives on. Though the powdered wig trend is long gone, its impact remains. From courtroom traditions to costume dramas, these fluffy symbols of vanity and status still turn heads today. So next time you see a judge in a wig or attend a costume party, just remember you're witnessing a piece of history. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey into bizarre beauty trends of the past, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell for more strange wonders from history.